Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cheer from Head to Toe channel. Today we are here with Kim and we're going to talk about everything fitness, health and UK cheerleading. So if you're liking this video, please keep watching. Gonna go. So, hi Kim, tell us a bit about yourself, give us a bit of a cheer CV.
Okay, cool. Well, my name's Kim. I'm currently on Surrey Starlets, as you can tell. I started cheerleading about 9 years ago on Kingston Cougars university team.
No, I love the university.
Yeah, level 3 / level 2. Did that for about 3 years, then progressed on to Surrey Starlets with coach Emma Haggis. And then last year I joined Team England, and obviously as most of you know we won the World Championships all girl. And then I'm back on Starlets again for one more. My last competition today.
She says that.
Or tomorrow. Yeah, she says
that. They always say one more year.
Years now, yeah.
And then they come back another year.
Another
year.
But yeah, I've absolutely loved my career in cheerleading. It's been the best. Yeah.
What made you wanna join cheerleading?
Oh well, I've always done gymnastics. So I kind of got to 18, that's kind of the point where you tend to stop. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll do dance at uni, maybe check out the cheerleading. I didn't know anything about it. But from the first session I was hooked. As soon as I got to fly, absolutely loved it. It just kind of progressed from there, really.
Question, how do you balance, I call it the cheer life balance? And there's friends who don't do cheer, who probably don't understand, because mine, I love you, but you don't understand.
Yeah, they've learned over the years, they've got used to it. But yeah, well, I know I have my set days, so I'll always say, when I'm on Starlet, Sunday, Tuesday evenings, they're my cheer team training, and then I try and get an additional gymnastics session in a week when I can. But generally, luckily, being in the fitness role, they do kind of understand sport a bit more. Yeah. But when I was working in an office in London, that was always quite difficult, getting the train, making sure I get back for training. It's just planning and organisation, really. Planning ahead, sort of your schedule, any work that you've got to get done, just making sure it fits in with your training schedule. But yeah, having a diary planning ahead, I think, helped me the most.
Definitely. Yeah. I would say, okay, so you've been on Team England and also you've been point flyer for Amethyst. So what does it feel to be a point flyer? And do you feel any kind of pressure, or do you feed off the crowd when you're like, yes?
Yeah, well, I mean, I never thought I would ever get to that point where I could get to be a point flyer. So
really?
Yeah, no, it's been a long journey for me to get to the point that I'm at now. But yeah, you do feel the pressure a little bit more because essentially that is the point where everyone looks at in a routine. But I think, it's hard. Team England was a lot of pressure, of course. I think it's just having a good team around you. I think that's what really helps you to kind of get through it, and you kind of, you're doing it for them.
Yeah.
And that's what motivates you to just kind of, and trying to change that, when you're feeling nervous, trying to change that energy into excitement. Me and my friend were talking about this the other day, and I think that really helps. Just trying to enjoy it.
It's so important, yeah.
Yeah, so slowing down your breathing and just trying to think of, if you think of your past experiences in a routine where you really enjoyed it, just try and remember that feeling before you go on.
That's a really good tip. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's helped me a lot with my perspective, because I used to get so nervous.
Yeah. So because I would say you're quite an experienced flyer and you've been doing it for quite a while, would you say the fundamentals of flying, and how does being a personal trainer help you to make sure your body's in the right place, or you're using your core in the correct way?
Yeah.
Have you got any tips and tricks?
Yeah, that's what I would say is the most important thing. I'm not a naturally flexible flyer, so that's something that I would have to work at to get a good position. But I think if you've got that core control and you can hold yourself, I think that's what helped me to get to that, because it was nothing to do with flexibility. But I think from obviously training as a gymnast and training as a personal trainer, I again know the exercises that help, have the time make the time to work on it. And I find that, core stability, balance, and being able to hold yourself, because it doesn't matter, because I would consider myself to be a taller flyer than most, but because I've learned over the years how to hold my weight, I think that's come a lot from sort of core training. And so there's exercises that everyone can do. I'm not different to anyone else. It's just being able to work on it, and as well as your flexibility.
Okay. And then how much do you train, and do you just train in cheer, or do you do stuff outside of cheer to benefit your cheerleading?
Yeah, well, I train twice a week with Starlets at the moment. Okay. If I have time, I try and do additional gymnastics session to work on tumbles. And then gym training in the week. I find it quite hard to get a balance, because you also don't want to overdo it. I think that's what a lot of people tend to do. But I tend to do a lot of strength and HIIT training, so I know that benefits me fitness wise, so I'll do that at least 2 to 3 times a week, but probably once or twice would be fine. Core work, and I work on mobility every day, because I have to, because my muscles just stop straight away now that I'm older. But yeah, so I try and do 5 days a week of training, and have 1 to 2 rest days.
Okay. What things do you see in cheerleading, like flyer mistakes, or even like stunt group mistakes that you, like common mistakes that you, I don't know, would just give advice to people and say, like for youngers, maybe like try and avoid these mistakes?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say often the mistakes tend to come from mistakes that you'd never normally make in competition. I think that again comes down to panicking. That used to be me. I used to get so nervous that I'd be thinking, oh, what if this stunt doesn't hit? And of course, when your mindset is in that way, you're more likely to not hit. Whereas if you go in feeling more confident and committing to this go, I think that's the thing as well. So it's keeping your leg straight as a flyer. As soon as you, and I know it's not always possible, but as soon as you bend your leg, your weight, it does go down. So just squeezing as tight as you can. I think it mostly mistakes come down from that confidence level.
You've been with your stunt group, I think, for quite a while.
Yeah, my Team England stunt group.
Yeah. So what is it like having that stunt group, and how are you guys, like, I don't know you guys, but you just seem so bonded, and I think that's why you guys work, because you just look like, you look like your sisters, like a proper family.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have them, so lucky to have had the opportunity to fly on such lovely girls who have a pure love and passion for cheerleading, and they do just seem to gel so well. Like Maddie and Elizabeth stunt so well together, even though they're completely different heights. Like
I've noticed. And I was like, so no, but it works, so don't change it.
It works. They're so good, and Izzy is so strong, and I think we've just bonded from being, because we've been on Starlets together as well for quite a few years. So I think that really helped. It wasn't until I think 2016 I started stunting with them.
Oh really?
So it just seems to
It's just like flows together.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you could go back in time and tell yourself anything about like cheerleading, or what would you say to yourself?
I would think to tell myself that I can do it, because I think I've had a lot of self-doubt in the past, and I think probably a lot of people have gone through the same thing, where some competitions don't always go right, you have downtime in training. I started off quite strong on Amethyst, and I had a year where I really lost my confidence completely, but I think if I could have told myself, no, you can do it, I could have built myself up to where I am now a lot quicker. So I think, having that self-confidence, you can.
So nutrition, what advice or what guidelines do you follow when it comes to nutrition and cheerleading, like just in general when you're at training, and then second time I'd ask about like on competition day? Competition, as we were talking about, it's very hard to keep a healthy diet because all we've got is fast food and stuff available. I think in general, nutrition guidelines, I tend to recommend to a lot of my clients the Mediterranean style diet, because that's what we know to generally be least processed. So lots of fresh fruit and vegetables of different colours, healthy fats, your omega-3s, you can get in oily fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil, healthy protein sources, so more your natural sort of chicken and fish, or some red meat but not too much, but generally sausages, pepperoni. Okay, I'm not telling you not to have them, but in moderation, those things, and generally packaged foods where they have lots of ingredients, but not so more natural based, but having it be balanced. It's okay to treat yourself as well. My friends always joke that I'm always like, treat yourself. I don't think you'll binge if you do.
It's not good for your mental health. So it's finding that balance that works for you. So I know on a day that when I'm training, I'll definitely need to get my carbohydrates in. So typically your whole grain carbs, so brown pasta, brown rice, sweet potatoes, quinoa.
I love quinoa, by the way.
I love quinoa.
And
then you'll definitely want to make sure you're getting your protein in. So whether it's from a source of meat or other sources, like quinoa has protein in, nuts, seeds. There's so many. Corn. There's, even if you're vegetarian, there's different ways to get that in. But you need to give your muscles a chance to recover. So I know on days where I'm training, that's a little bit more important. When it comes to competition, I think it's just preparing ahead. So whether you make your meals at home, bring with you, make sure you've got healthy snacks available, because if you've got them there, you're more likely to have them than if you see the chocolate bar that's there, or the donuts and cakes that are in the
or the hot dogs.
But again, if that is all that's available to you, it's better to have something rather than nothing. So you need your energy on the day. And again, just like training, you need your carbs, get your energy in.
So you've been to Worlds many times. What would you say? How would you say someone who like looks up to you and wants to go to Worlds but isn't there yet? You know, what would you say? Kind of keep going, and how do you think they should progress to getting there? Like little tips that you use to get to Worlds.
Of course. I think whatever position that you're in, it's keeping the practice. I think keep practicing and go up level by level. I think a lot of people are very quick to rush.
No, I think it's important.
And I went from level 3 to level 5, and I wish I'd had that level 4 gap in between, because
really?
it was hard in the beginning to learn those skills, and that's how it was. I'm talking quite a few years ago now. But I think if you can work up, max out your level, wherever you are, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll find the transition to level 5 so much easier, and you'll be so much more ready to try out for a team. And then tumbling, get those extra gymnastics classes in. If you would obviously do it at your with your program, but anything extra will always help you. Keep working those standing tucks, because I think that's a good skill to have. Any sort of running, tumbling with at least a straight, then it won't take you. That at least shows that you've got options to progress to doing falls and things like that. Flexibility for jumps, like just keep working
even
at
if you're
it
not a
step by
flyer,
step.
you do need to be. I know everyone says like if you're a base you don't need to be flexible. That is a lie. You still need to be flexible.
It will help you a lot more.
Yeah.
And even if you're not naturally flexible like myself, you can work at it. So people have excuses like, oh, I'm not flexible, I can't do it. You can work at it. So yeah, if you have any questions, just give me a message on Instagram or anything. I'll happily give advice. But yeah, just keep working at it. Consistency, I think.
So you're on Team England, not this year because the year before where they won, and now you're on like the level 6 team. How has that been? Because that level 5 to 6 I think is a big jump.
It's a massive jump. Yeah, it's hard.
Especially for a flyer, because I think it can be quite scary, because you know you're doing all these crazy twists, and I'm not a flyer, but
it is a whole. I'd love there to be a progression in between.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a 5.5, 6.
Yeah, it's hard, but we're still trying to work at it we're training either once a week or every few weeks to try, and now that the season's come to an end, we can work on it a bit more. But yeah, again, it's good to be out of my comfort zone.
Definitely, you liked one of the things I put on, but I totally believe if you want to achieve anything, you have to go out of your comfort zone, and whenever you achieve that, then you have to push further and further and further.
I never would have in my dreams thought I'd ever be doing level 6 skills, ever. I never thought that would come around. Even when we found out last year that we couldn't do level 5, it'd be level 6. I was like, oh, I don't know. I could do that, yeah. But you've just got to give things a go, put yourself out there, and the worst that can happen is that it won't work out, but at least you've tried.
Yeah. So is that how you felt when you, like, for Team England, you just thought, I want to apply, so I'm going to apply and see what happens? Yeah, we had to go at trying to learn a few skills, and I think having the skills camp really helped to get the correct coaching advice to do it properly. But yeah, still a lot of work in progress, but it's definitely out of my comfort zone. For sure. Good. Okay, well, that is it, guys. I'm going to put Kim's information below, so make sure you give her a follow. She's on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to train with her, I'll also put that below as well. I'll put
KG Fitness PT. If you have any questions, feel free to message me at any point. I do also offer online training, so even if you're not close to me, I might be able to help you out as well. Just let me know.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.